So, you're ready to make your money start working for you? But where do you even begin? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on investing and show you one of the absolute simplest ways to start building your wealth. Let's get into it. You know, if you've ever glanced at the world of finance and just felt totally overwhelmed, you are definitely not alone. It can honestly feel like this super complex club with its own secret language, right? But what if I told you it doesn't have to be that way at all? Seriously. What if you could get started with an amount that actually fits your budget? Say, just 500 rupees a month. And what if you could put it on autopilot? Well, that's not just a what if. It's totally possible. And it's all thanks to something called a SIP. So in this quick explainer, we're going to cover everything. We'll talk about what a SIP actually is, how it uses the market's ups and downs in your favor, which is super cool. We'll see the incredible way your money can grow, and then we'll walk through the simple, practical steps to get your first one started. Okay, so let's jump right in. What is this thing that makes investing so simple and accessible for everyone? So a SIP, which stands for Systematic Investment Plan, is really just a simple way to invest. All it means is that you decide on a fixed amount of money you'll invest, usually every month, into a mutual fund. Think of it just like a recurring deposit you'd set up at a bank, but for your investments. And where does that money actually go? Well, your monthly SIP investment gets pulled together with money from thousands of other people. This big pool is called a mutual fund. And then a professional fund manager takes that money and invests it for you across a whole bunch of different stocks and other securities. Now, for one of my favorite parts about SIPs, it has this brilliant built-in strategy that automatically handles the stock market's ups and downs, and you don't have to lift a finger. This clever feature is called Rupee Cost Averaging, and it's so simple but so smart. Because you're investing the exact same amount of money each month, you naturally end up buying more units when the prices are low, and, you guessed it, fewer units when the prices are high. It totally takes the stress out of trying to predict the market. Let's look at an example because it makes it super clear. Imagine you're investing 500 rupees a month. Okay, look at February. The price dropped down to 15 rupees, so your 500 bucks got you more than 33 units. But then in April, the price went up to 22, so that same 500 rupees bought you fewer units. Make sense? And here's why that's so powerful. Over time, this whole process brings down your average cost for each unit. You don't have to worry or stress about when's the perfect time to invest. The SIP system does the smart work for you, automatically. It's a game changer. All right, now let's talk about where the real magic happens. This is how these small, regular investments can balloon into something seriously significant over time. We're talking about the power of compounding. The idea is really simple. It's when the money your investment earns gets reinvested, and then that money starts earning its own money. It creates this amazing snowball effect that can just supercharge the growth of your investments. Let me show you what I mean. If you invest just 500 rupees a month for 20 years, you'd have put in a total of 1.2 lakh rupees of your own money. Now that's the small blue bar. But because of compounding, that money could grow to be worth a whole lot more. And here it is. That 1.2 lakhs you invested could potentially grow to almost 5 lakh rupees. That's nearly 4 lakhs in pure growth, just from letting your money work for you, day in and day out. Pretty incredible, right? And that really says it all. The two secret ingredients for compounding to really work its magic are starting as early as you possibly can and then just staying invested for the long run. Time is your best friend here. So, are you feeling ready to get started? Awesome. Setting up your very first SIP is actually way easier than you probably think. Let me break it down into 3 simple steps. First up, you need to complete your KYC. That just means know your customer. It's a one-time thing you need to do, and you'll just need your PAN card and AVAR. Next, you pick an online platform. You know, an app like Grow or Zerodha or a fund's website. And finally, you just link your bank account so you can set up automatic payments every month. And a couple of quick things to keep in mind. Your KYC is a one-and-done deal. You do it once, and you're good to go for any mutual fund. Also, the whole process these days is pretty much digital and paperless, which is great. And that automation piece is so important. It just makes sure you're consistent, which is the whole key to this. Okay, we've covered a lot, from what a SIP is to exactly how you can get one started. But honestly, all of this knowledge comes down to one simple thing, taking that first small step. It is so easy to put things off, right? We're always waiting for the perfect time to start. But when it comes to long-term investing and letting compounding do its thing, there is truly no time like the present. Today is the day. So what's the biggest takeaway from all of this? I think it's this. You do not need to be a financial genius. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to start. Being consistent month after month is so much more powerful than the amount of money you start with. That is the real secret to building wealth over the long term. And just a quick final reminder, this has all been for educational purposes, and it is not financial advice. Mutual fund investments do have market risks, so you should always read the related documents carefully. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy investing.